Saturday, and you're on Cosburn Avenue, and you're with Bob and Rick, and there's the pizza, the Coke, and the movie. And there's Rick. How you doing, Rick?
I'm okay, thank you.
How'd you get here?
The better way.
The better way. Well, how are you going home?
Probably the better way, but maybe
Maybe.
the ride, I'm not sure.
We'll see. So, what happened when you got here? What did we do?
We had a chat for a bit, and then we listened to some music.
And we listened to some music. All right, what did we listen to, Richard?
Well, we listened to two albums that turned 50 this year.
Wow.
The first one was Elton John's Madman Across the Water.
Madman Across the Water, 50 years old.
Yeah.
That was what, one of his three albums he had out? The 1, 2, 3, now it's the third one? He had them all out like one after another, or within a year?
Yeah, he had.
That was 71, so he had one out of 70.
Yeah, he had his he had like 4 or 5 albums out in like 4 years or something. And then we listened to the Who's Next.
Who's Next? 50 years old.
Yeah.
That's my original album I bought 50 years ago.
50 years ago.
I mean, you're getting old.
Yeah.
And we listened to that, we had a joint, right? We smoked, and got high a little bit, listened to some music, And then what did we do?
Watched a couple of episodes of The Twilight Zone.
Now how did we find them?
Good.
Yeah, those two were pretty good, yeah. I think we got one more DV to watch, and this one, third season, then we're on the fourth. But the 7 how many's on that disc? 8 or something like that?
Something like that. I think it's 8 on each disc.
Something like that. Yeah, we got one more disc to go. And then now we're, what was I going to say after?
The first film we watched was Raging Bull.
Raging Bull. Sarcy's Raging Bull.
Yeah.
And how did we find this movie? Rick, explain it to me.
Excellent film.
Excellent movie. Yeah. Have we seen this movie before?
Yeah.
Yes. And what did you think of the movie? From the fights and stuff like that and everything. Of himself, him. I thought he was a dick. All right.
Yeah. He was a dick.
Yeah, he was a dick. He whatever you said to him, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
What was right was wrong. There's no line.
Yeah.
And at the end of the whole life, is whatever he did, he ended up being a bum.
Yeah.
Right. There's no other way of saying it. But the movie itself, in general,
it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
What did we give the movie?
Well, I give it a 9 out of 10.
A 9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I don't think it's a 10, but it's pretty damn close to being a 10.
Yeah.
So I definitely would click in with a 9, so I agree with you, a 9.
It's a sensation.
It's got a pretty good movement to it.
Yeah, it's a brilliant film.
Yeah, as it moves along and stuff like that. Felt sorry for his wife, though.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I don't know how he ever got away with messing around with a 15-year-old. That what was happening. Because I don't know everything about, his life and what he was doing. But at the beginning of this movie, is he already married? Right? As far as I know, he was, wasn't he? Then he went to that swimming pool and seen that blonde, right? And one thing led to another, and he said how old she was, and she said 15, and I'm sitting there going, 15? I never really thought much about this movie when I first saw it, like 4 or 5 years ago? A few years, 7 years ago? I don't know, something. Well, anyway, sitting there going, there's a few things now that I noticed in this movie much later that I never noticed before when I watched it. I probably watched it a few times. I mean, this ain't the second time, maybe 3, 4 times. Not many, but at least that. But overall, it's a good movie. And now that this is over, we got our pizza sitting here ready to go, rip into. What are we watching now?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. How old's that? What year did that come out? Do you remember?
94.
94. So what's 94? Oh, 27 years?
Yeah.
27 years ago. And what you're saying about Johnny the boy there, Travolta, what's his name?
Yeah. It's very much his comeback movie.
He was slipping and sliding there a bit near the end there, like before this movie. They got him cheap to put him in this movie. That's what it was. Money talks, right? So what was he doing back then? He wasn't doing much.
No.
So this one kind of made him a lot more movies after this one. Whether they were good or bad. Some of them were pretty good. In other words, they're, so-so, but anyway. So that's about it, right? So I'm going to show you a clip. A little bit of a clip of the movie. Here we go.
Right, too.
Would you forget about it in a day or two?
Yeah, well, the days of me forgetting are over. The days of me remembering have just begun.
Now, this is just a clip.
You know when you go on like this what you sound like?
Sound like a sensible fucking man, that's what I sound like.
Duck.
Yeah, well, take it off, because you're never going to have to hear it again. Because since I'm never going to do it again, you're never going to have to hear me quack. I'm never going to do it again.
After tonight.
These two.
Correct. I've got all tonight to quack.
Can I get anyone more coffee?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
I mean, the way it is now, you're taking the same risk as when you rob a bank. You're taking more of a risk. Banks are easier. Federal banks ain't supposed to stop you in any way during a robbery. You're insured. Why should they give a fuck? I don't even need to go in the federal bank. How about this one bloke, he walks into a bank with a portable phone. He gives the phone to the teller. The bloke on the other end of the phone says, "We got this guy's little girl. If you don't give him all your money, we're going to kill her."
Did it work?
Fucking right, it works. What I'm talking about. Knucklehead walks into a bank with a telephone. Not a pistol, not a shotgun, but a fucking phone. Cleans the place out, they don't even lift a fucking finger.
Did they hurt the little girl?
I don't know, there probably never was a little girl in the first place, but the point of the story isn't a little girl, the point of the story is they robbed a bank with a telephone.
You want to rob banks?
I'm not saying I want to rob banks, I'm just illustrating that if we did, it'd be easier than what we've been doing.
And no more liquor stores?
What we've been talking about, yeah, no more liquor stores. Besides, it ain't the giggle it used to be, there's too many foreigners own liquor stores. Vietnamese, Koreans, they don't even speak fucking English. You tell them empty out the register, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's too personal. We keep on one of these good fuckers gonna make us kill them.
And I'm not going to kill anybody.
I don't want to kill anybody either. But it'd probably put us in a situation where it's us or them. And if it's not the goods, it's these old fucking Jews who've owned the store for 15 fucking generations. You've got Grandpa Irving sitting behind the counter with a fucking Magnum in his hand. Try walking in one of those places with nothing but a phone. See how far that gets you? No, fuck it, forget it. We're out of it.
Yeah, well, what then? Day jobs?
Not in this life.
What then?
Garçon, coffee! This place.
Garçon means boy.
This place? A coffee shop.
What's wrong with that? Nobody ever robs restaurants. Why not? Bars, liquor stores, gas stations. You get your head blown off sticking at one of them. Restaurants, on the other hand, you catch with their pants down. They're not expecting to get robbed. Not as expecting anyway.
I bet you could cut down on the hero factor in a place like this.
Correct. Same as banks, these places are insured. Manager, he don't give a fuck. He's just trying to get you out the door before you start plugging the diners. Waitresses, fucking forget. No way they're taking a bullet for the register. Busboy, some wetback, getting paid $1.50 an hour. Really give a fuck you're stealing from the owner? Customers sitting there with food in their mouths. They don't know what's going on.
Well, there you go, Rick. What do you think? We're going to get started, eh? All right, people.
See,
A little
I got
clip.
the idea. Last liquor store we stuck up, remember?
So, it's good night from Bob and Rick. You going to be around next week, Rick?
You got the idea.
certainly
I think so. What are we watching next week? Some Christmas movie?
Quite possibly, yes.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some Christmas stuff next week.
Countdown is
So,
Rick and Bob's countdown to Christmas officially starts.
yeah, we're going to do the countdown to Christmas. So, we'll be chatting about movies from here on into whenever that last weekend is before Christmas. All right, all right. Pulp Fiction and pizza. Talk to you next week. Say goodnight, Rick.
Good night, Rick.
All right, later.